I'm 73 now, and what I'm about to say may disturb you, because it contradicts everything you've been taught about aging, success, and even time. For more than half my life, I believed the very same story you probably believe right now. Work hard. Be patient. Sacrifice now so life can begin later. I followed that script perfectly. Built a career. Bought the house. Earned respect. From the outside, it looked like success. Then, at 52, my body forced me to confront that lie. I was sitting in a conference room, debating numbers that wouldn't matter in 10 years, when my chest tightened. The room tilted. Moments later, I woke up beneath harsh hospital lights, machines humming beside me, my wife crying silently in the corner. The doctors called it a cardiac episode. They said I was lucky, and for the first time in my life, I understood what luck really meant. Lying there, unable to move, something terrifying became clear. I had been living on autopilot. Days blended together. My life wasn't intentional, it was automatic. I wasn't choosing how to live. I was postponing it. And then came the thought that still chills me. If I had died that day, what would my life have amounted to? A house? A title? Numbers on a screen? Achievements no one would remember in 5 years? That's when I realized the most dangerous lie we tell ourselves. I still have time. I told myself I'd travel later, reconnect later, slow down later, live later, but later never arrives. Because life doesn't wait. It accelerates quietly, relentlessly. And if you're not paying attention, one day you wake up old, wondering where your life disappeared. But surviving that day wasn't the real shock. What I realized afterward was far more unsettling, and it changed how I see every single moment of my life. After my recovery, I started paying attention, not just to myself but to everyone around me. Everyone was waiting for life to begin. Young people waited for money. Parents waited for freedom. Older people waited for retirement. Different ages. Same excuse. I used to say the same things. The problem is, the finish line keeps moving. You reach one goal and another replaces it. More income, more recognition, more responsibility. You're always chasing something just out of reach. I spent 30 years climbing what I thought was success, only to realize at the top the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. Here's what no one tells you. Success is addictive. And worse, it's often empty. You hit a milestone, feel incredible for a moment, then return to baseline. So you chase the next achievement, and the next. It becomes a treadmill you can't step off. I had a friend like that. 70-hour weeks. A growing empire. No real vacations. Always said, next year I'll slow down. Next year never came. He suffered a stroke at 68. At his funeral, his son said something I'll never forget. My father was a successful man, but I barely knew him. That sentence should terrify you. Because your greatest regrets won't be your failures. They'll be your absences. The calls you didn't make. The trips you postponed. The love you delayed. I don't lose sleep over bad business decisions. I lose sleep over moments I skipped because I was busy. Time doesn't warn you before it leaves. And just when I thought I understood regret, I lost someone close to me. Someone who showed me how final lost time really is. My father died when I was 45. We didn't hate each other. We were just unfinished. Always postponing meaningful conversations. I kept telling myself we'd talk when life slowed down. Life never slowed down. One phone call, one heart attack, and suddenly, every unspoken word became permanent. That's the cruelty of time. You don't notice it leaving until it's gone. After my own health scare, I made changes. Not dramatic ones. Intentional ones. I said no more often. I stopped glorifying exhaustion. I chose people over productivity. And something unexpected happened. Life didn't fall apart. Instead, it expanded. Relationships deepened. Days felt fuller. Moments became sharper. What truly matters is embarrassingly simple. Time with people you love. Work that feels meaningful to you. Experiences, not possessions. Presence. I know the objections. Bills exist. Responsibilities matter. I'm not saying abandon your responsibilities or your life. I'm saying don't trade what matters for what doesn't. Ask yourself one honest question. If your life ended tomorrow, would you be satisfied? Not admired. Not praised. Satisfied. If that question makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is clarity. And if I could speak to my younger self, what I'd tell him might sound simple, but it could save you decades of regret. If I could speak to my 30-year-old self, I wouldn't give him motivation. I'd give him permission. Permission to stop impressing people who don't matter. Permission to rest without guilt. Permission to choose joy before life forces the choice. I tell him to call his parents more. Say, I love you without waiting for the perfect moment. Take the trip before it becomes a regret instead of a memory. Start now, not when everything is perfect. Because it never will be. Life will always be messy, complicated, full of reasons to wait. The irony is this: when you understand time is limited, you finally start living. I'm happier at 73 than I ever was at 30. Not because I have more time, but because I value it. And now the choice is yours. Keep waiting, or start living. Someday isn't coming unless you make today count. Because one day, whether you're ready or not, time will ask you the same question it asked me. What did you do with the life you were given?